Okay, so starting with not the image, but the contract is stored on the blockchain. The first thing to know is that if you mint on an exchange, you're using their smart contract, which is a template, a very simple one. And whatever in that template is what you've got. So if you're on OpenSea, it's OpenSea's contract. If you're on SolSea, it's SolSea's contract, although they have some ways to alter it. They've got some different options for changing the contract on SolSea. OpenSea, there's only one contract. So if you promise someone anything else, it's not on the blockchain. You have to put it someplace else. So you can put it on your website, you can send a validated agreement, a certificate, whatever you want, but the rest of the agreement is not on OpenSea's blockchain. So that's first thing to know. When we do the demo, I'm going to show you where the unlockable content goes, which is where you put the other agreements, and how you can kind of form a bridge that merges these additional agreements if you don't want to create a variety of additional executable blockchain elements using programming, which you can also do. So when you look at OpenSea, I always think like, what should we do first, second, and third? But when we go through OpenSea, you'll see you can only select a certain number of fields. For example, if you decide you want to say there's a certain threshold before you get the X, Y, and Z, that's going unlockable content. You could write a code that executed that, but you can't do it on OpenSea because it's not there. So for example, I'll give you something that is executable smart contract on a blockchain that any programmer could write. But you could put, if you buy 3, you get a 4th one free. Now that's an easily executable contract that can use blockchain technology, but you can't do it on OpenSea because you're using their smart contract. If you want to do that, you've got to create your own. Everything utility oriented. I'm going to send you a QR code. I'm going to send you a work of art. I'm going to send you a shoe with this thing on it. Or in the metaverse, you can have a sort of a bridge that you've created that goes to how you get into the game to participate with the NFT that you just created. But it's not going to be in the smart contract, and therefore it will not be stored on the blockchain. Whether or not that's important, I don't know. But I find that's a misperception. Everybody thinks they write up this agreement and it's in the smart contract. It's not. I mean, it's not on the blockchain. If you put unlockable content, that's a web page on OpenSea's website, not on blockchain. So you can put your links back to your agreements and your bridges and everything in there, but that is also not on blockchain.